What's up guys, it's Elliot here. Welcome back to another video. Today's video is a little bit different. I just want to sit down and share a story with you. I try to really make my videos really good stories, and a lot of times I use cinematics, cool videography, but those are just tools that I use to help better tell the story. And for today's story, I don't really think I need any of that. So yeah, I'm really just going to be sitting here and talking to you. So if you want to go clean your room, if you want to go do something else and leave this video running in the background, feel free. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I make videos about college, entrepreneurship, honestly, all sorts of random stuff. But today I'm talking about how I made over $8,000 over the past 3 weeks. Okay, so in order to really explain what I was doing to make over $8,000 over the past 3 weeks, I need to give you a quick backstory. So way back when I was a high school student, like 2 years ago, I was flipping and reselling to make money on the side. If you guys have never heard of flipping or reselling, a lot of times people will be flipping and reselling like Supreme or like streetwear, but what I was doing was really random things like Uno cards. I'd buy camera gear, I'd buy old computers, and basically I just buy them local and then sell them online. All my friends were working at like the mall or at a restaurant. I actually worked at a restaurant for a little bit too, but this was making such good money that I stopped working there and I was able to make a good amount as a high school student. It's really not that hard. You just kind of buy things that people are selling, you get it for a low price and then sell it for higher. I think I made something like over $10,000 over the time that I was flipping and reselling. And 1 week in college, I actually made over $1,200 of profit off of just like a few items that I flipped. I already made a video on this. If you guys want to check it out, I'll put it somewhere here. But the issue with flipping and reselling is time. You have to spend a ton of time online looking for products, and then you have to actually go out and meet people, and then you have to go list them online, take photos, and then you have to actually ship them out. It's just a whole process and it takes up a lot of time. And when I went off to college, I didn't have a lot of time and I was trying to focus on classes. Not the best way to make money. And so I ended up looking for some scalable ways to sell things online like I was with flipping, and I came across this thing called Amazon FBA. So Amazon FBA is Amazon Fulfillment by Amazon, and basically what it is people will get products, sell them on Amazon, and Amazon will take care of the shipping, the handling, and the customer service. Basically everything dealing with the actual products. And that sounded amazing to me because it sounded like it would save me a lot of time and I could basically just pay Amazon to do a lot of the dirty work. Now the business is a little bit different because you buy in bulk, you have your own product, you make it your own. It's basically you're starting your own private label brand. It sounded really interesting to me and I saw a lot of people making a lot of money from it. So I decided to give it a shot my freshman year of college. So with Amazon FBA, you're gonna see a trend here, but usually you're selling really random products because the popular products that everyone else sells is usually pretty competitive. So my first product ever, my first attempt at Amazon FBA was with felt letterboards. I'll try to find a photo of the actual products that I sold, so I'll put it up right here. But I ended up trying to sell these my freshman year and I failed. I worked my ass off. I didn't go to parties. Every time I finished my homework and finished up with class, I would go to the library and just do research for the entire day. And I still ended up losing around $2,000, which is a lot of money for a college student. But I was super motivated and I learned a lot from that first failure, so I decided to give it another shot. This time I decided to sell taco holders. I know, super random, and people always give me a weird look whenever I say it, but those are the types of products that do well for Amazon FBA. So I did all the hard stuff. I found suppliers in China, I had my manufacturers customize my product, I did everything I needed to do, and then had the products shipped over to the US and sent to the Amazon warehouses. When my 2,000 taco holders arrived at the Amazon warehouses, that's when my first YouTube video started to blow up. And when I say the video blew up, I mean I had 100 subscribers, and within the first few days I had 1,000 views, and then by the end of the week I had 10,000, and then by the end of the next week I had 20, and then 30, and then 40, and it wasn't stopping. At that point in time, I had to make a really important decision. I was a college student at the time, and my video was blowing up. I could either choose to ride this wave on YouTube and see where it takes me, or do the logical thing and work on the business, because I've been working on it for 2 months, 3 months now, and my inventory had just arrived and it was time for launch. So I decided to really focus on the YouTube videos and I put aside my business. I basically just left all 2,000 of my taco holders at the Amazon warehouses and they were just stranded there. I kind of forgot about them, but not really. You guys probably can't relate to this feeling, but the burden of having $10,000 worth of taco holders in warehouses across the country is just insane. It was so stressful for me, but I was really terrible at dealing with it. I just kept on putting it off. I was just making YouTube videos. I was like, you know what? I'll worry about this later when it's a bigger issue. And I just kept putting it off, putting it off, putting it off. I basically just assumed that all the money that I put into my business was lost and I was just making videos until I was about to get hit with massive fees from Amazon for keeping my inventory in their warehouses. And when I say massive fees, I'm talking like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in fees. So it was about to get really, really bad. So I reached out to my friend Sammer, who sells full-time on Amazon, and he basically set up some ads for me. We lowered the price a ton to get rid of this inventory before I got hit with these fees. So this is where it gets crazy. The day after Sammer sets up some campaigns for me and we have some ads running, I get a few sales and I'm ecstatic because my taco holders are finally selling. Every single night I went to sleep, I woke up and I had a few sales, and then throughout the day I would get a notification saying a few sales had been made. And so within the first week or so, I had about 16 units sold. By the second week, things really picked up and I sold over $2,000 worth of the taco holders. Now you guys know where this is headed, but by week 3, I sold over $8,000 worth of the taco holders and I was officially sold out. But if you remember what I was saying, I was doing anything I could to really get these products out of these Amazon warehouses because I didn't want to get hit with the fees. I lowered the price a ton on my products from my original sale price, and although I did $8,000 in sales over the past 3 weeks, I actually ended up losing money. I paid around $5,700 for my inventory as well as shipping, and at the end of the day, Amazon is paying me only $2,000. And so I lost around $4,000 on these taco holders. By now you've realized that I didn't actually make $8,000, I actually lost money. And if you're here because you wanted a get-rich-quick strategy, then I'm sorry, but this video is not about that. In fact, I'll save you some time right now and tell you that there's no such thing as getting rich quick. This video is definitely clickbait, but I titled this video How I Made $8,000 in 3 weeks because I actually think the people who need to hear failure stories the most are people searching for a quick and easy way to make money. A lot of people online are really not that transparent, you know, whether it be dropshipping or Amazon FBA, affiliate marketing, whatever it may be. It's really not that easy, and a lot of times people try to make it seem easy. Now, I do have friends out there who have found a lot of success through e-commerce and selling things online, but I wanted to share my failure story because all I see nowadays are these success stories, not a lot of failure stories, and I do think it's important for people to realize that it is a very big risk to start a business and failure is a very real possibility, if not a more probable outcome. You know, luckily YouTube worked out for me, so I'm gonna be okay even though I lost a few thousand on my business. But there are people who put everything on the line. You know, they put their entire life savings into these businesses, and if they only hear about the success stories, then they're not really gauging the risk appropriately. And I just want people to have the whole picture in mind when they're making their decisions. That's why I titled the video the way that I did, because a lot of times you're just looking for success stories, and it's important to have the whole picture in mind, and it's important to understand that you have to make decisions based on the way that reality is, not just the way that you want it to be. So I'm shutting down my business now. It's a huge weight off my shoulders because now I don't have to worry about my 2,000 taco holders around the US. Now they're in customers' hands. They're happy about it, so I'm feeling really good about that. So before I wrap this video up, I do want to share some of the lessons that I've learned from this experience. I spent over $4,000 learning this experience because that's how much I lost on this business, so might as well share it with you guys. So yeah, I failed. I lost thousands of dollars, which is no small sum for me or any college student, and you'd think that I'd regret it and you'd think that I'd be upset, but honestly, I don't regret it at all. When I was getting started with my Amazon business, I kind of thought about what was the worst case scenario and what was the best case scenario. The worst case scenario was that I lost a few thousand, which is no fun, but I would at least learn something along the way. And the best case scenario was that I learned something and I made a lot of money doing it. Basically, I ended up pretty close to the worst case scenario where I just lost thousands of dollars, but I learned something along the way, and it's actually super crazy how it turned out. The strategies that I used to get my product on Amazon onto the first page of Amazon, I actually used for my videos to get it on the first page of YouTube. So it's really not that bad. It's actually helped a lot with what I did with YouTube and just helped me really understand business a little bit better. Anyways, I learned a lot through this business, but the biggest lesson that I learned is to always assume that everything is going to go wrong. I think there's something called like what, I think it's Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law states that anything that can go wrong will go wrong. I don't really know the logic behind that. I think it was in Interstellar.
Murphy's Law.
And this is a super important lesson that I learned because I honestly was really naive. I just thought that everything would go according to plan because I just worked hard on it, and that's just not true. Things go wrong, things go south, and so you should always be prepared for it. You live and you learn, and I learned a lot from this experience, so I'm not upset about it at all, but I wanted to share it with you guys because I thought it would be valuable. I felt somewhat vulnerable filming this video. You know, we're talking about finances, we're talking about my failures, and this was a huge part of my life for a really long time in college. And it's crazy to think like how that chapter has passed, but revisiting this was like pretty interesting. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, this is kind of just like me sitting down and talking. I was thinking of like making a video where I just cook and talk so that there's like some storyline where I start a meal and then finish it. But okay, yeah, I don't know if that makes sense. Let me know if you guys have any ideas, you know, what to call this. I do enjoy just sitting down and talking with you guys. I also planned a lot for this video, but again, I just want to turn the camera on, talk to you guys, and hear your guys' feedback. So let me know if you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like on it, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I am really redlining my YouTube right now. I'm pushing really hard. I'm aiming for like 2 to 3 videos a week, and so if you're not already subscribed, be sure to subscribe to check out those future videos, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.